Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades. And we're not going to get into any TA today because this is going to be a little bit of a different video. But you definitely want to stay and watch the entire thing, because a lot of people are getting worried right now that BitGet is a scam. Because there's a very big influencer. I wouldn't say big actually, I would just say there's an influencer that's saying that they are a scam and to withdraw your funds, and they're trying to cause a bank run on BitGet, which won't happen in general in my opinion, because they have proof of reserves and all the deposits are backed up right now, and you can actually go ahead and look yourself. All the BTC, USDT, ETH, and USDC, all their wallets are listed right here on their website. You guys can take a look at it here. And like full disclosure, I am a partner with BitGet, and I'm really tired of what's been going on nowadays with people being guilty before you're guilty. Before it was like you're innocent until proven guilty. But now you're guilty until proven innocent, right? So everyone jumps on the bandwagon and wants to crucify you before you have a chance to say you defend yourself. And essentially, it's kind of funny because this influencer actually lost a lot of money, and it's probably a good thing because he's kind of like a scammer. And we'll get right into it right away. It's Evan Luthra. And he has about 89,000 followers on Twitter here, and I think he has over 500,000 on his Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, wow, he has 2.4 million on Instagram, so he's got way more on Instagram. But he recently tweeted not too long ago, right here, this tweet right here, that he had $200,000 in BitGet, and it got stolen. And then he posted this with Sam Bankman-Fried, which obviously FTX is a huge scam, and they collapsed. And the worst part is that they're not responding to me. Instead, they're spreading lies about me. And then he's posting hashtag BitGet exposed and also like hashtag BitGet scam. And then he's explaining, here's what happened. I moved REELT and MORV tokens worth over 200,000 USDT in BitGet Global. They instantly froze my funds and stopped the trading, declared it was suspicious activity. The next day the trading started and BitGet sold coins worth millions. Okay, not only me, but more than 300 plus people have complained to me about the scam. They are not able to withdraw their funds. They are also not getting any response from the team. I tried contacting the team, but they didn't get any response. Every time I or someone else, tweet something about them, a bot is replying within seconds. Strange. They have millions collaborating with Messi, but they can't hire a chat assistant to solve their queries. And that just shows you that he has no real connections with BitGet, because me being like a small potato in like the crypto influencer space, I only have like 18,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he's not even able to get a contact with BitGet. It just shows you that he's just a big fake, right? All his followers are fake, stuff like that. We'll get into that in a little bit, right? But I have no problem getting into contact with my BitGet representative, and he answers me on the spot right away, no problem, and he always gives me the answers that I need. And I already sent them his profile of Evan Luthra, and he said that he's the scammer, which by the way is the truth, because if we go right here, I just did like 30 minutes of research, and that's all it took to find out that this guy right here, Evan Luthra, he's the scammer, he's the fraudster, he's the fake, right? If you go to CoffeeZilla's webpage and it says the insufferable lies of an Instagram rich kid, which is the case, because all it is essentially is that he's just taken, I guess, his dad's money, and he's making himself look like he's really famous. And well, just like, I don't want to watch this whole video with you guys. You guys can, I'll probably pin the link in the description, and then you guys can watch it yourself. And then he actually confronted him for an hour and a half. I'm actually halfway through watching it, but I couldn't stand it anymore, just because he just goes lying after lying after lying and lying, and he he says he's a doctor, and he's not a doctor. I almost swore there, Jesus. And then he says he's a blockchain expert, and then he goes back to saying he's no longer a blockchain expert when, you know, CoffeeZilla calls him out. So it just shows that this guy is full of it and has no idea what he's talking about. And I mean, this is what money can do, right? It can build up your following, and you could look really famous and rich and look really successful, but really you have nothing going for yourself because you're a fake and you're a phony. Anyways, let's get back to why he's probably doing this. And my best guess is that once he transferred his REELT token and MOVR token, and he probably was looking to sell it, is my guess, because it was getting listed on BitGet, right? And you guys can take a look that this was posted on April 4, right? The token was listed on March 23rd. Right? Basically 1 week after he started crying. So his funds were frozen, but the coin crashed, right? Right away. And this has nothing to do with BitGet. BitGet only lists the tokens. The ones who create the projects, you know, and, you know, have the tokens, those are the people who unload. So the people who created this real token, REELT token, and they decided to unload on their community, this has nothing to do with BitGet. This is all the owners doing, right? The founders of this you know, scam token, or I don't know what it is. It's just, it collapsed right away. And to me, it looks like he was left on the side of the road, and he was not able to unload his fair share of tokens onto everyone else as well. And now he's the one that's, you know, he got the short end of the stick, I guess, or he's taking up the ass now. Anyways, and then he has also this MOVR token as well. And I mean, this one's it's been down like a significant amount as well, but this was like a year ago. In the last few days, it really hasn't done much. If anything, it's gone up a little bit, maybe like the last 7 days. But I'm not here to do TA. I'm just here to do, you know, a bit of an analysis on why everyone's freaking out. And you guys can take a look at his website as well. Evan Luthra has a website. It says that he was mentored by Steve Jobs, which, by the way, he only had one so-called phone call with him, which, by the way, that's not called mentoring. That's just literally having a conversation with someone, right? And he puts himself out there as a tech guru with a PhD, which, by the way, he doesn't have a PhD. I don't know if I've already said that. But everything about this guy screams a scam. And now he's crying that BitGet won't like unfreeze the remaining of his funds, because it is suspicious, right? Transferring $200,000 1 week before, you know, a token is listed of an unknown token onto an exchange. BitGet has their own, you know, security and regulations that they do have to follow. And now he's crying out to CZ. I think he was crying out to CZ in this post, yeah. And I think CZ did answer him at one point. I can't find his reply here because there's just so many. But right now, you know, he's crying out to call to everyone to withdraw their funds, which, you know, won't do anything because they have proof of reserve. So he's trying to create a bank run that has plenty of solvent. They're fully solvent. So I mean, that's my opinion. You know, I can't vouch 100% because I don't work at the company. I'm only a partner and an affiliate, and you know, people use my link in the description. But if you guys want to withdraw all your funds out of BitGet, by all means, do whatever you want. If you don't feel safe, that's fine. But I am keeping my funds there because I'm confident that BitGet is not doing what he says they're doing, because he himself is clearly a clear-cut case of fraud, you know. Evan Luthra on the FTX collapse, which is kind of funny that he's commenting on FTX because he's the one that's all it's like he's full of it. He's a fake, right? I mean, I don't know how much more research I need to do, but I'm not worried at all about BitGet. I mean, that's my personal opinion. You guys can call me biased, whatever you want. But do your own research. That's all I say. I see all these people commenting. I don't know if they're paid to comment. Already took my funds out, BitGet exposed. I mean, they probably read one headline, or they just followed one guy that had a lot of followers, and they're just following him like a bunch of sheep, right? Well, for me, I'm doing my research, and I'm letting you guys know that this is probably not true what he's spreading, and I think he's just butthurt that he lost money, and the scammer got scammed, right? Because to me, when you look at tokens like this, these look like scam tokens, right? You rope in a bunch of people to invest in it, right? And you give them, you know, that they're getting on the ground floor, and once it's issued, you drop it to the floor. And this thing is already down a significant amount, and everyone's the bag holder, and everyone got left by the side of the road, right? And he now is on that, you know, that end of the stick. He got screwed on this deal, and now he's mad about it. I mean, I hope he's mad. I mean, I hope he loses more money, because I keep reading more about this guy, and the more I read about him, the more he's a fake, and the more he's a fraud, and the more he scams, and I mean, it just gets worse and worse and worse. But all I can say is, I urge you to watch CoffeeZilla's video. And CoffeeZilla, if you guys don't know who he is, he was actually the one that actually called out FTX as well. Like, I mean, I don't know if like 1 year before the entire thing blew up, because he said Sam Bankman-Fried seemed extremely fake and stuff like that. But yeah, and then you guys can watch the 1 hour and 30-minute interview, and that's really gonna solidify your stance on this guy. I mean, I haven't gone through it all, but to me, this looks like a load of BS. Like, this guy, Evan Luthra, is just a fake. There's nothing real about him. He's not a tech guru. There's nothing guru about him. And the only thing, you know, is that he looks rich because he's taken his dad's money. And I did some more research on that too. And his dad's a textile like manufacturer, and his dad has a bunch of money, so he's probably just fucking giving a bunch of money to his son to spend, and his son's spending it all on marketing, and it's working because, you know, maybe I should have done that. You know, what am I doing? Doing TA videos and making trades on the market. Maybe I should be dumping my life savings into marketing and becoming an influencer, a tech guru myself. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. This was like a little Sunday video for you all in the morning. I'm gonna still do my Sunday night video with like a market recap. So I'll see you guys then. Hopefully you guys do your own research before following or listening to any news. Love you all. Peace.